Today we're going to be talking about dream symbols. If this interests you, stick around and let's get into it. Hello and welcome to the Wholeness Shift. My name is Veronica, and if this is your first time here, welcome. It's nice to meet you. If you are returning and you're already part of this little community, welcome back. I teach people about easy, practical spirituality, intentional living, the law of attraction, so many different things that can help you to navigate your spiritual awakening. If this interests you or these topics sound like something that are up your alley, hit the subscribe button below. I wouldn't want you to miss out on anything good. Today I want to talk about dream symbols. As you know, your dreams are one of the number one ways that your guides communicate with you. Your guides are in charge of your dreams. If you didn't know that, I will link to a video below that talks about all of the different ways that your guides can communicate with you. Because our subconscious is, that's a hard word to say, because your subconscious only speaks in symbols, it doesn't speak in words, it speaks in symbols. Your guides have to sometimes come up with some pretty creative ways to convey their messages to you. This is why you can dream about some pretty crazy stuff. But rest assured that every single thing in your dreams means something. Every color, every number, every object, all of it. So today I want to talk about a handful of dream symbols that you may or may not have had and discuss their likely meanings. And I say likely because of course there's always the exception to the rule, but this is likely to be the meaning behind them. Okay, let's get into it. So number one is the color white. White symbolizes spirit, your spirit guides, the universe, your support team. White will always symbolize spirit, and it's a very positive color. Number two, water. Water symbolizes your emotions. So what you want to pay attention to is what kind of water it was that you saw in your dream. If it was clear, calm, pretty water, that means that you're feeling pretty good about something. You don't really have a lot going on emotionally. If you see turbid, murky, dirty, or rough water, then that probably means you have some emotional messiness going on, that there's some stuff there. Number three, basements. A basement or a cellar in your dream always pertains to your subconscious. So you want to pay attention to what the basement looks like, what's going on in there. For example, if you dreamed that you were in a basement that was all painted white and there was a glass of crystal clear water sitting on the table, you're probably doing pretty good. That means you're surrounded by spirit, you don't have a lot of emotional messiness going on. Things are pretty good on the emotional front. Whereas if you remember from my Josephine video, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, I will link to that below. I had a past life regression done, and after the regression was done, I had remembered a dream that I had had about a year prior to that was about this. And in that dream, I dreamed that I was in a basement or a cellar, old dirty stone walls. There was a drain in the floor, and up out of it was flooding this dark, dirty flood water and surrounding Napoleon, who was laying on the floor. So this is a perfect example of what I'm talking about. And I actually have another example too now that I'm thinking about it. A couple of nights ago, I had a dream about this as well. Yeah, okay, it's all coming back to me. So a few nights ago, I had a dream that I was still working at the main campus of the Cleveland Clinic. And if you've ever been there or been to any of the Cleveland Clinic's satellite locations, you know that there's a whole lot of white going on. The walls are white, the floors are white, the uniforms are white. And so in this dream, I was at Cleveland Clinic. There was a whole lot of white everywhere. And then I had gone on break and I went to, in the dream, what was the loading dock. And in this dream, the hospital is actually located right across the street from the lake. And if you don't know it, I live in Cleveland, in the Cleveland area anyways. And so we live right on Lake Erie. And so in the dream, the hospital was right across the street from the lake. There was the lake and then some houses, and then across the street was the hospital. So I was looking out of a window located next to the loading dock, and there was nothing but snow outside, ice. Across the street were waves. Huge, massive waves. The lake was angry. It was angry. And in the winter, I mean, there are still waves and stuff, but I mean, the lake can freeze over. But in this dream, it was like tsunami style waves. They were taller than the houses. They were splashing over the houses. And so I was standing inside of the hospital looking at these waves washing over these houses. So what's symbolic about this dream to me and significant is that, one, I was looking at these angry waves. As I've talked about many times before, I've been doing a lot of shadow work, working on some stuff. I had taken a break for several months, but then I've been starting to lean back that way, starting to dredge up some just painful, messy stuff that I have down in there. And so I was standing in an environment where I was safe, and I was looking out through this window, and not only was I safe, but it was all white in there. So I'm surrounded by spirit, I'm safe, and I'm looking at this threat of these emotions that are like tidal wave sized coming at me. And they're washing over houses. And why that is significant is because in a dream, a house is a symbol of your psyche or your mental state. And so these angry wave emotions were threatening to overtake my mental state. But rest assured, I'm safe, I'm in here, I'm surrounded by spirit. So that's what that dream meant to me. Number 5 is frogs. I know it's such a random thing to dream about. I know, I get it. And I would have never even thought about frogs in a dream until a few nights ago. And I had a dream about frogs. I had a dream 1 or 2 nights after the dream with the waves. I had another dream where my hair was full of these tiny, tiny, tiny little blue frogs. And I was tripping. I was freaking out trying to get these frogs out of my hair. I mean, my hair was just infested with them, and I'm just like, oh my God. And I'm trying to pick through my hair and pull these little frogs out, probably the size of a dime. I mean, tiny. And I'd pull one out and I'd throw it on the floor, and it would just kind of look at me like ribbit and like fade away. And I'd pull another one out and I'd pull another one out. And as I'm throwing them on the ground, there were also these 2 regular looking toads sitting in front of me. Now that I think about it, I should have looked up the number 2 because there were 2 toads, but I didn't. So anyways, it didn't feel like a negative dream. I was tripping out because there were frogs in my hair. I think that would be a normal reaction for most people. But the dream itself did not feel like it had a negative connotation. I wasn't scared. They weren't doing anything mean to me. I wasn't being threatened. There were just frogs in my hair, and I was tripping. They were cute, though. They were little blue things. So anyways, what does it mean? Well, in a dream, it turns out, frogs are a symbol for renewal, rebirth, transformation, success. So that's right in alignment with the other dream that I had. You know, I'm going through this shadow work and it's jacking me up a little bit, but hang tight because you are about to enter a season of rebirth, renewal, success, transformation. So it's all going to be worth it. And number 6, because the frogs were blue, that means healing and the end of difficult times. So that's cool. Number 7, they were in my hair. So I looked up hair, and on antiflow.com, Dreaming of hair symbolizes strength and prosperity. She says, dreaming of hair represents symbolically that you're going to improve your health, strength, happiness, etc. So, to me, this is saying, yeah, you're in the midst of it right now, but keep going, sis, because you are about to experience a breakthrough, and it's about to all be worth it. So, keep going, hang tight. Last but not least, we're not going to end on a very happy note, but it's a necessary note because a lot of you, a lot of you have had questions about nightmares. If my guides are in charge of my dreams, why would they give me a nightmare? I think my guides hate me because they're giving me nightmares. Rest assured, your guides do not hate you. They don't have the capacity to hate you. Your guides love you unconditionally. However, it is their job to help you process things and to grow and to expand. So sometimes nightmares are a necessary evil. They're a means to an end. And that is how your guides help you to process and to exercise all of that emotional baggage that you have stuffed down inside, that you have repressed, that you're not wanting to deal with. I see you, all you stubborn people. Get your stubborn booty into some therapy. Start journaling and doing your shadow work, working out that stuff. Don't just ignore the fact that you've been through some stuff. We've all been through stuff. That's the human journey. We all have stuff. It's just a matter of how does your stuff show up? What does your stuff look like? So go through your stuff, process your stuff, get the stuff out. Learn the lessons and leave the stuff behind. If you're not doing that, and sometimes even if you are doing that to a point, but if you're not doing your own work, your guides are going to have to help you do it by processing through your dreams. And it's not meant to be torture. It's meant to be helpful. It's meant to bring healing. Whatever it is, work on your stuff, do the work, and they won't have as much work to do in your dreams, if that makes sense. Your guides love you, and your dreams are meant to benefit you. That's where you work out all of your stuff. So I hope this helped you. I know that we didn't end on the happiest note, but I hope you had fun with the rest of it and learned about some dream symbols. Do you guys have any dream symbols of your own that you dream about recurrently or have questions about? I'd be curious to see what you think. If you haven't yet, please hit the subscribe button and the like button. It helps this channel so much. I want to see it grow. I want to see it reach the masses simply because there are so many people waking up right now, and it's really difficult to feel like you're going through it all alone. So I would like this information to get out to the people so that they know they're not alone. They have a little community here. They can draw on strength from everybody. They can learn from everybody, and I think that will help them make the world a better place. So hit like and subscribe if you don't mind. Thank you as always, and until next time.